Before my first cruise, I know I kind of stressed about money. I mean, how much money should I bring with me? Should I exchange US dollars for whatever currency in the countries I was going to? Would my credit cards, my debit cards, would they be accepted by merchants where I was going? I had a lot of questions. And I thought, well, maybe you do too. So here are the answers. So if you're cruising internationally, well, this video is for you. We're going to talk about the times you need cash and the times you don't. So come along. Okay, if you're on a cruise ship, well, you really don't use money. Everything is with your key card, right? Now, if you like to go in the casino, which sometimes I do take along with me the amount I'm willing to lose. In other words, the amount I'm willing to gamble as cash and put it in. But I wouldn't have to. I could use my key card. And then I'd owe that money at the end of the cruise. But otherwise, you really don't need money. Well, that is, unless you want to give your bartender maybe an extra tip or your room steward. In that case, sure, bring along some cash. And for tipping like bartenders, it's a good idea to have a lot of small bills. And generally, no matter what country you're in, US dollars are accepted and appreciated. So you don't need to turn it into local currency to tip the bartenders. Now you might say, well, what about if I'm shopping on the ship? Well, again, that's usually cashless too. It just goes to your room card. So, cash not needed for that purpose. Okay, most of us might understand that, but what about in ports? Do you need cash? Generally, what we found is no. Our Visa card was accepted just about everywhere we went, even by smaller merchants. But we did have some cash with us just in case we wanted to get a special souvenir and they didn't accept our credit cards. But if we wanted food, drink, we had no problem paying by credit card. Even in Bali, Indonesia. But sometimes if you're taking a taxi in a foreign country, you may need cash. And here's one that a lot of people don't think of. But in some ports, some towns, you have to pay to use the restroom. And in that case, well, cash is king. And of course, what would happen if the internet was down? Well, then none of those vendors or restaurants could accept your credit card. So again, have some cash with you. Now, we were on one excursion, and it actually was in Northern Ireland, in Belfast, where the tour guide would only accept British pounds. So, before I left the United States, I did transfer some US dollars to British pound to cover that cost. But that is the only time in all the places we've went, in Asia, South America, and Europe, that we've ever had to pay for an excursion in the local currency. When we tipped our excursion drivers or guides, we used US dollars and they were appreciative. So, your credit cards, well, they can be safer than cash, right? Because they have a guarantee to cover certain expenses if something happens. And of course, they don't take up much room in your wallet. But you have to be careful about foreign exchange fees. You know, some credit cards can charge 3% or higher on foreign transaction fees when you use your credit card. You know, that doesn't sound like much, but it can add up. Now, the credit card I use, there's no foreign transaction fee. So you want to check yours before you go internationally. And one more thing, you have to be careful, because if you don't say, like when that little vendor's asking you, do you want local currency or US dollars? And you say, well, I want it in US dollars, right? well, then that vendor can add their own charge to it. Yep, their own transaction fee. So it is better to get it in local currency. But make sure you know, is that local currency what you agreed to pay? So have an app on your phone that can convert local currency to US dollars so you know if your purchase makes sense. Now you might say, I'm getting off my plane. I see right there, I can convert my currency to local currency. Yep, you can, but guess what? A lot of times those are 8 to 10% higher than the market conversion rate. So that usually isn't the best idea. Instead, if you're in port, usually an ATM is better. One of the things you might worry about is, what if my Visa card gets stolen or my identity gets stolen? Well, can't help you with a Visa card getting stolen, but you should keep it in a safe place. But always check. In fact, I think you should check daily when you're out of the country. Make sure you're checking your credit card expenses online if you can, to make sure there aren't any unexpected ones. And very often they start with $2 or something to see if they can get through. And then bam, 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 you can have a whole bunch of expenses on your credit card because, yeah, someone's kind of hacked your credit card. So that could happen, but generally it doesn't happen. But be safe. Check your credit card expenditures often. And you know what? You should be doing that in the United States too, because Lord knows I've had those unexpected expenses. And yep, luckily my credit card covered it, but still that can be frustrating because then you have to cancel your card and you have to wait until you get a new card to use it. So how much money should you bring? Well, you don't need hundreds and hundreds of dollars. In fact, not a good idea. What happens if you get robbed? Instead, bring enough for small purchases, cash only situations, tips, and emergencies. For most cruisers, $100 to $500 is plenty. And make sure you have those small bills for tipping. Now, if you do like to use the casino and you like to gamble more and you want to bring cash with you, well, then that is your choice. So, what's the real cruise money truth? Well, on the ship, you really don't need money at all. The only time would be the casino or if you want to leave a tip. So if you're cruising and wondering about money, fees, travel tips, well, you're not alone. And that is what my channel is for. The channel is Prepper Potpourri Escapes. And I'm here to help you as I figure out the best way to cruise and the best way to travel. And I'll make the mistakes so you don't have to. So let me know in the comments below. Do you usually travel with money? If so, what is your bankroll? Again, thanks for watching, and remember, adventure awaits.